What's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you exactly which motorcycle helmet is best for you. I'm going to show you each one of these helmets and I'm going to tell you the pros and cons to each one. I'm going to tell you which one I use to help you identify which one is the best helmet for you when you ride your motorcycle. Alright, starting right off, we do have a full face here. We have your 3/4 helmet with a visor on it. Some of them don't come with a visor. We have your half helmet. I call these brain buckets, which we'll go over why I call it that here soon. And we do have this modular. I personally run a full face majority of the time. Prefer modular, but for the most part I've been running a full face. See, I have my recording set up on this one, which I'll go over that later. This one is just a basic, generic full face anyway. One of the benefits to full faces give you the most safety. They are going to be the most rigid and rugged. I don't know if that's the right word, but when it comes to a crash, you're going to be fully protected in this. You guys know I've got a pretty awesome beard here. I've worked too long on growing out, so if I crash and I hit my face, I want my face protected because I'm too pretty to mess this face up. Modular is if you crash with that open, your face will be exposed. As well as these aren't nearly as strong as, say, a full face, but again, I'll go over that here later. One disadvantage to a full face, and it's not always the case if you buy the right helmet, but some of these, especially the cheaper ones like this, can be very uncomfortable. Especially if you end up buying the wrong size, it can really squish your face in pretty good and just make for a not very pleasant ride. Now, even if it is the right size, some of them just aren't that comfortable and some of them do squeeze your face. Different brands will be like that. The other cons is some people are claustrophobic. When you put this on, just like that, some people feel claustrophobic inside there because there's not a whole lot of room. Some people don't like it. Now, this one does have your fancy screen. It just pops open like that, giving more airflow, as well as some of them also have vents up here getting airflow. So that does help with some of the claustrophobia. However, it does get really tight in there. One of the other benefits, obviously, is you have this screen on here. This one's just a clear one. You can get tinted visors, things like that for them, to where you don't have to wear sunglasses. People say these feel heavy. Some people say that they're not comfortable, so they don't like that and they feel claustrophobic, which is why some people end up going with a 3/4 face like this. So where this really stands out, as you can see, without the shield down, because some of these don't come with a shield, you are going to be a lot more open. So maybe if you're claustrophobic, you'll feel a little less claustrophobic in there. However, your face is exposed. So if I were to crash in something like this, I would hit my face and bust your face up, hit your nose. Now they do make some like this that has a shield on it, just like that. And that shield is also nice. It does add a little bit of protection, but not nearly as much as a full face does. Some people say these are a lot more comfortable than a full face just because of how open they are. And you get a lot more wind in it. But on the contrary, just because you get more wind in it does also mean you're going to get hit with a lot more bugs, which is why I like something like this. Which is another reason why I like full face, because you get protected and you have a bigger screen and fully closed off with vents to allow air in. Again, this is a cheaper one. They do have more expensive ones that are a lot nicer. That does bring me to a modular. Modular helmet is actually, it's a full face when you want it to be a full face, or you can lift it up and it's a 3/4 face just like that one up there. Kind of get the best of both worlds between the 3/4 face and the full face, all in one helmet. Now, most of these, if you look, they do come with microphones and head units, but they also come with, I don't know how well this is going to show up, over here, and they drop sunglasses down just like that. So if you wanted sunglasses while you're riding, now some full faces and some 3/4 do also do that, but most modulars that I've seen all have this come on it. Most of them, not all of them. Provides a little bit more protection, at least for your eyes while you're riding, if you have claustrophobia and you want that lifted up. As you can see out of that, even with the sunglasses down, there is a lot more visibility inside compared to the full face helmet. Now, these typically aren't nearly as safe as a full face because this is a weakness right here. If you go down hard and you crash and you hit the front really hard, these are known to break off. So they're not really much more secure than a 3/4 face, especially if you hit hard. So you guys can say that just don't crash and you'll be okay and you don't need a helmet. Crashes do happen, and you can always tell those that have been down and those that are going to go down. In motorcycle riding, it's not about if you've gone down, it's about when you go down. They're actually one of my more favorite helmets, even though they're a little bit less safe than a full face, but I've been running a full face for now. But I actually really enjoy modular. That brings me to the last one, the least safe out of all of them. Of course, this is still more safe than not wearing a helmet. You can argue with me on that in the comments. All these brain buckets for a reason. That's exactly what it is. I do have this one just for moving my bike around. I used to work at a Harley store and it was nice just to put on to move bikes around in the parking lot without having a full face and feel too claustrophobic. Now, some of the pros with one of these, say you don't like wearing helmets. You're just that kind of guy who doesn't like wearing helmets. I respect that. But your state may have motorcycle laws where you have to wear a helmet while you ride a motorcycle. this is going to be the very least thing and also the least expensive out of all of these helmets to get you by with that. As you can see, it also has the least amount of protection. I mean, if I crash, the only thing that's really protected is the back of my head and the very top. Exactly why I call this brain bucket, because if you get into a bad enough car accident, that's about the only thing that's going to be left inside of this. Perhaps you're one of those guys like me that like to wear hats, and you want to wear a hat while you ride, and you want to look cool and stylish. They do make a helmet that looks very similar to this right here. It's essentially a hat onto a helmet, built into a helmet, so you still look like you're wearing a hat, but you still technically are wearing a helmet to stay legal if you're one of those guys that don't want to wear a helmet. Now you can say whatever you want to say. You'd rather look cool and just not have to crash than wear a helmet. To each is their own. I'm not telling you should wear a helmet. You have to decide, are you in a state where you have to wear a helmet, or do you just personally feel like me, you should absolutely be wearing a helmet? I can tell you I crashed at about 45 miles an hour just 3 years ago, and the only thing that kept me here was a helmet. I absolutely hit the back of my head on the ground first, so I can honestly say that helmets do save lives, at least they save mine. Now there will be links to all of these helmets in the description below if you want to go on Amazon and check a couple out yourself. You guys will have to let me know in the comments, which helmet do you prefer and why? I hope this video helped you out in some way, shape, or form, helped you learn a little bit about helmets, and maybe it helped you pick the right one. Feel free to ask me any questions along the way in the comments if you have any questions about a specific helmet here, or just my personal preference. So if you learned anything or you found this video entertaining or informational, please hit that like button down below and consider subscribing. A lot more videos coming, everything on how-to setups, plus moto vlogging, as well as a lot of car-related stuff coming. If you haven't seen the review of my motorcycle yet, go check that out on my channel, and while you're there, consider subscribing at least. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please smash that like button like I said, and I will see you guys in the next video.